personally, I don't mind either way. I don't mind if I go natural or cesarean. But the only thing is with me, I had such a terrible bad experience with cesarean. Hey guys, this is me again, Taiwo, and this will be my 26 weeks pregnancy update. The main thing this week is that the consultant appointment, which, oh my god guys, the consultants really did piss me off because they were not willing to work with me, I feel. And actually this is how it went, okay? Just in case you hear any background noise, it would be my daughter that has decided to play guitar while I'm making videos. I'm glad in a way that I went for that appointment. The only thing that is that I really don't like the fact that when you're pregnant and when you get into that stage where you know that you need to decide on your bed plan. I was supposed to have the appointment at 8:30 in the morning to go and see the consultant concerning my bed plan because of the shoulder dystocia that occurred during my previous labor, just the last one, not the one after. So the appointment was for 8:30, and we usually have a green note that they give us when we are pregnant in the UK. I went to the appointment and I forgot this book, so they wouldn't send me without the book. So I had to call my husband to please help me get the book very quickly. So I sat down there for 2 hours before I was seen, before I was called in. Meanwhile, I was supposed to have another appointment for 12 o'clock on that same day, and I didn't even think that, my first appointment would end up affecting the second appointment because I mean, at 8, I was thinking max, 8:30, 9, after 10 I'll be done. 2 hours, seeing the consultant. They want to see someone else, it's not just me. So, but anywho, I forgot the book and they didn't see me for like 2 hours, and my husband eventually brought my green book in, and then I went to see them, and then I got called in, and this lady came in. So I was given a place to stay while a consultant would come and speak to me, or a doctor. So a lady came in, an Asian lady, sat down with me and kind of looked at my previous, the previous labor and the shoulder dystocia, everything that happened basically. And then she goes, oh, I've looked through your files and I have seen everything that happened during your last labor with your daughter. How is she now? How is her ham? So I told her everything, she's improving, even though she's not where we thought she would be by now because it's been 3 years. We were actually told then that, a couple of weeks she would be fine, but now it's 3 years and, we're still having to, carry on with physio, and like her hand is just like up to there. It's not like fully up. And anyway, so she was like that she would get there, she's only 3 now. And there's still time, there's still that room and a lot of time for improvement that we just need to carry on, focusing on like stimulating, lots of exercises and encouraging her with her left hand and everything. She then said, okay, so do you know why you're here? I told her yes, because my bed plan, what the safe things for me to go for, and because I've had cesarean and I've had VBAC, so I've had both. So, but now because of that shoulder dystocia that happened with my daughter, I need a consultant's help to kind of help me and manage me through my 3rd time pregnancy and delivery. So, and then she was like, okay, that she has looked through my file and she thinks that I am okay to go for either cesarean or natural birth. That whatever I want to go for, the medical team will work with me. I was really glad when she said that I can go either VBAC or natural birth, because I want to go natural birth. My last experience was really good. I got to the hospital when I was already 6 centimeters dilated. What? I was 6 centimeters dilated when I got to the hospital, and they were even like general 6 centimeters. So I progressed really well without any medication. I got epidural when I was like 9 to 10 centimeters, so I dilated naturally. Oh my god, with the pain and everything. So anyway, she then said that the only thing is that during this time, because they know that shoulder dystocia has happened before in the past and it can happen again now, that they will just monitor me closely during the labor, and they will just make sure that they do all the maneuvers and things like that. And we got along when we're having this discussion, and the next thing was like, okay, she just needs to go and speak to a consultant and that she will be back. So she went, so she left the room and came back like after 10 minutes. So she came and then she was like, oh, actually that she has just seen the consultant and the consultant just said that she would advise that I go straight for cesarean at 39 weeks. That the consultant doesn't think I should do natural birth again because of the risk, because the fact that I've had shoulder dystocia before, that the risk that it can happen again has gone 10 times higher, and that really did upset me. And she was like, and then she goes, okay, that when she was looking through my notes, she noticed that they did all the maneuvers and things like that, but at the end of the day, you know, my baby still had that injury. And then I was like, no, they didn't do any maneuver. And like, the moment she said maneuvers, I knew where she was going. Because, I mean, like I said in my video where I talked about my experience with that shoulder dystocia and the fact that my daughter had a birth injury. If you haven't checked the video out, go and check it out. I would also leave the link somewhere here. You should go and check it out. So like after that, the injury and the birth and everything, when I got home, I did my research and I, you know, read about the maneuvers that they should have done when they noticed that there was shoulder dystocia going on, in order to avoid the exposing happening, you know. But they didn't do it. So I told the lady that no, nobody did the maneuvers, and that's why I'm even more positive to go natural this time, because I feel like if the medical team was aware, you know, they can avoid the shoulder dystocia from happening. So anyway, we talked for like, I think about 30 minutes. And then she was like, she feels like I don't like, and then she asked if we were told about what actually happened, if we got a letter or someone come to our address to kind of speak to us about the injury, about the risks, about why it happened and things like that. And the honest truth is that nobody did. You know, nobody told us this was what happened. Throughout that time, it feels like they were just kind of brushing it under the carpet. They didn't really want to talk about it, and it made me feel like they were not aware that there was a shoulder dystocia going on during the labor. And anyway, just go and check that video out. I don't want to talk about that video. I don't want to talk about what I've already talked about in that video, in this video. So anywho, the final decision was that they advised that I go for natural for cesarean, because the risk of what happened before happening again has gone up 10 times. So that's the feedback from that. And I told the lady that I can't decide that yet, you know, that I still have time, because this is 25 weeks. I still have about 15 weeks to decide, to think and to process about, you know, the whole thing. To be honest, personally, I don't mind either way. I don't mind if I go natural or cesarean. But the only thing is, with me, I had such a terrible bad experience with cesarean. With my first, I ended up with emergency C-section. Oh my god, and it took me 2 years, I can say. 2 years to fully recover. I don't know, maybe because it was natural, because it was emergency C-section. The pain, it was just terrible. It was, I didn't, you know, compared to my natural birth, I think within 2-3 weeks, I was fine. Don't get me wrong, with the cesarean, when I said 2 years, it doesn't mean that I couldn't do things for 2 years. I could do things for 2 years, but like, it took such a long time to not feel the pain, to not feel the pressure, to not like try to be careful and, you know, just want to be sure that you're not hurting something down there, you know, like, it's just, yeah, it was terrible. And I live very far away from my family. When this baby comes, it's going to be me, my kid and my husband for a long time. I already know that I don't have any extra support from anywhere. And when you go through cesarean birth, you need that help. You know, you need people's help. And I don't want to put too much pressure on. I don't want my husband to have too many things to do. Well, anyway, I don't want to sound like, I know this video is starting to sound like, you know, a little bit of blabbing and things like that, but I have my reason for wanting to go natural. And the fact that I did progress very well as well during my my last labor, it just makes me feel like I can do it. Wow, you've got biscuits. Okay, eat it. And everything. I got home and I was just crying, and it was really hard for me because what had happened 3 years ago is kind of creeping in again in this pregnancy. And yeah, so anywho, I had my prenatal nurse visit 2 days after I saw the consultant, and I discussed everything with the prenatal nurse, and she has advised me to just not think about it for now because I've still got about 15 weeks to go. So she was like, don't think about it for now, don't get yourself worked up, just leave it and see how it goes. At the end of the day, she was like, you might end up having a big baby, or the baby might be breached, and you wouldn't have a choice than to go for C-section. So she was like, just leave it as it is, because not that I am planting on natural birth, but I feel like if it's, if not for the fact that they were careless during my last labor, it probably wouldn't have happened. If they were aware, I feel like the lady pulled my daughter out forcefully, because it was a forced delivery, and I feel like that was probably what affected her arm. Not the shoulder dystocia they are claiming. It's just too much for me to think of right now, so I've just decided to leave it, to be honest. Yeah, that's it really, that's it basically. I'm really sorry that this video is a little bit longer than I thought, and the fact that, I've just talked about the consultant, the consultant's thing. Yeah. Anyways, I will leave you guys now. Thank you guys for watching. I will also leave links below to my past videos, especially where I talked about the birth injury that my daughter had. I will leave the link here, and I will also leave a link in the description box below. Thank you guys for watching. I have to go now, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay.
Bye bye.